Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. We're talking to Mr. Ramana, the Indian Emerging Markets CEO of Dr. Reddy's. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
So you've reported a great set of numbers with EBITDA being up 33% quarter on quarter. So what has led to this rise?
I think we have done well in all of the markets. And that is also the reason why these numbers are showing up both in terms of sales as well as in terms of EBITDA. I think it is a performance that is supported by double-digit growth in the US, but at the same time, the branded markets also came in strong. So I think it is an overall performance of the organization.
So on the US portfolio, just wanted to get a sense of how is the portfolio shaping up, because that has been up 27%. So, and what sort of launches are lined up?
Sure. So this year, so FY23, we have launched about 23 products in the US, few products in Canada. So we expect to have a good number of launches in FY24 as well. We're kind of focusing on the products that matter for the US. So our new product, I would say, launches as well as the filings in the US will continue into FY24, and we do see a lot of leverage of that into the emerging markets as well. So emerging markets, last year we launched something like more than 90 products. So we expect a good number of launches in emerging markets too.
So on the launch pipeline, with respect to the complex filings, what is the sort of timeline that we're anticipating? Any update on the same?
So we are working on a set of assets, I would say, which I would probably call them as products that matter. And we are making progress on those assets. We did launch some important products very recently in the US. So our focus will continue to work on these assets.
Also, sir, the India business has done extremely well. We've come in strong at 32%. So is this kind of growth sustainable? Are we looking at similar launches and the similar growth rate?
So India is a focus market for us. And India, we are focusing on not only growing our existing business well, but also India for us is a country where we would want to focus on the innovation, the Horizon 2. We have done a few licensing deals recently, both in the area of innovative assets, at the same time also on the digital therapeutics. So whether it is growing the existing products, building the right sort of a productivity measures, continue to look for business development, whether it is licensing or acquisition opportunities, and then Horizon 2. I think all of this should help us to continue to grow in India.
And so you've been living up to the 25% EBITDA margin guidance. So are we looking at the same for the year as well? Or can we expect something further northwards?
No, I think on the long term, that is the kind of commitment that we have given. And we also said that there could be some fluctuation quarter on quarter. But that's the way that we would want to focus.
So also a quick update on the China filings. What is the status there?
Sure. I think we have done well on the China filings. So we benchmark ourselves as to what are the top Chinese companies are doing in terms of filings. And we feel good that in FY23, we have been able to do a good number of filings, which are like some of the good Chinese companies. But also what is equally heartening to see in China, in the last 1 month, we have received 4 new product approvals, which basically means that some of the filings that we have done in the past are also translating into approvals.
Okay. And sir, one question on Revlimid. We've seen quite a market share all through the year. So now with more competition coming in, what is the sort of guidance that you would give us? And how do we look at Revlimid for the upcoming year and FY25? Until I believe there is a loss of exclusivity in Jan 26.
So Revlimid, the generic Revlimid, I think would continue to be meaningful for us into the future quarters as well.
So any approximate
No,
idea around how the market share and the revenue will shape up?
and we don't give product-wise breakup in terms of numbers, but we feel that this is a meaningful opportunity for us into the next quarters as well.
Okay. And so what is the kind of revenue growth that we're expecting for the year ahead?
Again, whatever we have stated in terms of our aspiration, both from a point of ROC, EBITDA, we continue to focus on that. And also the strategy at an organization level to have a diversified business, right? So on one hand, we have the US, and the other hand, which are the branded markets. That strategy is working well for us. So the growth will be driven both in the US as well as in the branded markets.
So what is the sort of price erosion that we are seeing in the US markets?
So there has been price erosion, and we're obviously monitoring that. We also see some SKUs which are out of the market, and what might that opportunity be to the rest of the industry as well. So I think we would have to look at it maybe for some more time to try and see if there's a trend that is emerging.
Okay. And so Russia this quarter has been relatively weak. Is this expected to sustain the same way, or do we expect a comeback? Because quarter 3 was quite strong from what I remember.
So if you see the quarter 4 of last year, there was stocking up, and that is the reason why when you see a comparative to the last year, you see that there has been slowdown. But having said that, we're doing well in Russia. If you look into the IQVIA data that was provided in the press meet, we are growing better than the market, and we have a positive evolution index. And Russia continues to be an important market, and we expect to continue the growth trajectory over there.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful chat. This was Earnings with BQ. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you.